This is Matt with AltCoinBuzz. Today we are going to talk about CanYa coin, give you an update. But first, if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button right here and ring this bell for notifications every time a new video drops at AltCoinBuzz. We will let you know. Here's all the links to the social media. And we got to have the co-founder of CanYa on the podcast today. So go over here, AltCoinBuzz Podcast, click that separate YouTube channel, which we have all the podcasts for you right here. Or, of course, go to your favorite podcast app, iTunes, or on Android, and you can listen to breaking news by the founder today. AltCoinBuzz was able to release that. Very exciting stuff. So let's get right into it. It's been a while since we gave you any kind of update on CanYa, so I thought I would go through my process of how I look at coins, and they have not sponsored us or anything like that. So this is just for your update, and because AltCoinBuzz Army has been in CanYa coin. So I'm here on coincheckup.com. Remember, on your master list here, you can put in your coins, your favorites, and follow those, or undo that, and you're going to get all the market. So you can see here where we're at on the overall global markets. But on any coin that you're looking at, just go in here and type in the name of it at the top. They just did some updates, and I got to be on the phone with these guys yesterday, their founder and CTO, and they are just making improvement after improvement, so very happy with the site. So go in here to your coin. Remember, across the board here, there's links to their website, everything that they do, their white paper, their blog, their Facebook page, Twitter, their Slack channel, their Telegram, their GitHub if they have one. And you can find out what sector it's in by simply clicking here. CanYa is listed under the digital currency and marketplace category. So as far as watching sectors go, or areas of crypto that are all doing similar things, we can see in here that it's in the same category as Dragon Chain, Dent, Syscoin, Particle, Wax, PiPay, Metashares, Vibe. I won't go into all these, but this is classified in the marketplace category. If you go back, it's also in the digital currency category because CanYa, as we heard from the founder today, Chris McLaughlin, you can listen to the podcast, they are trying to on-ramp people into cryptocurrency through what they're doing with the CanYa app. So it's a ability right now to take fiat and crypto and gradually get people into this space. So they're listed under the digital currency sector. When you're in the coins like this, remember you can go left to right and analyze them. This was just recently fixed. Love this chart right here. I'm going to pull this according to the last 3 months. And we know that if we go to the investment tab right here, you can find out CanYa just got released 2 months ago. So on the 3-month chart, that gives us daily bars, but you know it's only been around the 2 months. But I'm going to pull that so I can see daily bars. And up at the top, you can see price and market cap. So let's look at that right off the bat. Price on CanYa, when they first started off, it's on this blue line. They spent a couple days up here before we came down into this $1.25 range. We've been as low as, it looks like, 48 cents in the past few weeks. And this has only been around 2 months, as you saw. But you can see price has just leveled out here. Again, what do we do on this? Uptrend or downtrend? Totally flat right here. You can look at the market cap that it's had, and has it gained. This is, remember, this green line is its market cap. But the market cap of overall crypto is listed down here in red, and you can find out percentage of the total market that this coin is. We don't have very much on percentage of total crypto right now, being that it's brand new. But you can compare those, and they added these crosshair lines, which is very nice, guys, to get overall trends. So look down here on the volume trends down below. I want you to see this. We had huge volume spikes of those 4 months after launch, and then the volume trailed off here after they released. Look at the volume trend after it trailed off. It came down into this zone, and that's where we've been, between that mid 40s to the $1.25 range for the last month and almost 2 months at this point. What you want to look for is volume spikes. We had a few volume spikes here lately compared to this last month or two. A little bit of volume going on. So let's keep going on your tabs on your coin checkup so you can see. Remember, if you want to look at TradingView and pull different charts and put your indicators and all that, you can on there. But I just want to look at this coin today in terms of where maybe you haven't seen when it first came out and you didn't research from there. Maybe you got into this, maybe you didn't get into this, and you're finding out for the long term, is it good for me to get in? The short and the midterm, what's it looking like? What do you want to do with this at this point? So on the analysis tab, you can find out the ratings and how we haven't talked about this a whole lot, but CoinCheckup.com has this rating system, and you can find out why they give it each of these ratings by clicking over here on the right. You can find out on their open communication channels why CanYa gets 100%. You can find out over here, and remember, this is all detailed over here on the right-hand side. So their total coin analysis score is 71%. Again, compare that to other altcoins in the same sector by going to that sector watch that I showed you here on top. Or take your top 20 cryptocurrencies and look at what the ratings they get and compare them one to another. So the total score is 71. Let me just pull open and we'll find out what Ethereum is right now. And you can get a good gauge on that, what their total score is. Pull up ETH. Sorry. There we go. Click that. So you can see right here they get a total score on theirs, total coin analysis score of 84. So compare your other coins to, let's say, Ethereum, whatever you're going into. So let's go back to CanYa. In other words, nobody's getting 100% at this point. So that'll help you identify that. Back to CanYa. There we go. I'll just pull it open this way. Not coming up. It's a-coming. Hang on with me. There we go. All right. So here we are on their score, and on the right-hand side, again, you can see what we're looking at on the team strength, the product strength, coin strength, business company strength, brand awareness, buzz, advisory board strength, and activity on social media. But it's also on this tab here, more in depth to help you find out why it's scored like this. Why did they get a 95 on social media? We'll go the why, of course. How did they grade it over here? Why did they get a 61 on the team strength? Let's find out what they're lacking in here. Has dedicated quality assurance members within the team. I think you should reach out to them on the Telegram and find out if they have this, because as we interviewed the co-founder, it seems like to me they have this. They have any testers, quality assurance specialists on the team are dedicated. They're saying no on this. They would get a 10 if they did. So that would up their team strength score. So if you're in this coin, I would get an update from them, find out if they have added some of these things. Also, I think this is great because the community can look at all this and communicate with these coins, not just CanYa, but you can communicate with the projects that you're in and find out if they had added these and plug some of these holes that maybe they weren't identified on their scores. So again, I don't want to go through all this on this coin because we're making this a quick video today, but I want you to be able to do this on your projects that you're looking at so that you can analyze what time frame you're in. If you're in this for the couple weeks to a couple months, maybe you're not as much into the team strength, but if you're in this for the next couple years, absolutely, these details matter to you. Remember, they added this GitHub activity. This is really nice. You can pull a trend. And again, since they've only been around 2 months, and then during their roadmap before their ICO, their development, their GitHub development goes back to September 17. So you can find out what's happening lately on the development front. They had a big spike here in January. And Google search trends, we can find out what's the public doing with it. Is there big spike in Google searches for CanYa? Overall trend right here, look at this. Second week of January, they had a big spike, and now we got a little bit of an uptick for this February 18th to February 24th range. So I like to look at that, knowing that there's search activity, there is some buzz out there in the community, and you know how we do on this investment tab. I want to find out what's the volatility been. 41% over the last 7 days, 86% in the last 30 days. And you compare that again to the top coins. Find out, is that volatility, is there more noise? Is there more price movement within a shorter amount of time for this compared to some of the other ones you're in? They haven't been around long enough to have cumulative returns and that, but remember, we look at maximum drawdown in a day, and we saw that in the first 4 days it opened, that it had a maximum drawdown one day 83%, maximum growth in a day 59%. So as that has leveled out, go back to your chart here, you're going to see where that was very clearly when they first started. So you can almost take out that zone at this point, because that was what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in there before we had this range. So really new on that investment tab. This is something, especially if you pull open a coin that you've been in for the last 6 months to a year, something that's been around 2 years, you're going to be able to make use of this. Again, big shout out to the CoinCheckup.com folks, because they're going to add more features in this. They're going to add more volatility things for us, more time frames, things to do with volume that I want you guys to see. So constant improvements on that being made. You're going to love that. I'm going to skip over here to markets, and we're going to find out what exchanges, because this is different. If you got in this a couple months ago, we haven't updated this. Oh, still on KuCoin. You can get into it on KuCoin. You want to know on their roadmap too, when are they going to get added to more exchanges? If you don't know their purpose and what they do, they're peer-to-peer market for skilled services. So part of what they're developing is going to be like a trusted platform where people can put goods and services on, and like an Angie's List. So you could have your services escrowed on the blockchain. Their roadmap in what the CEO said, you really need, not CEO, but co-founder Chris that was on the podcast, you really need to listen to him talk about this, and especially what's coming up in the future. It's going to help you. Here's a link to their white paper. But it is going to be a marketplace, trusted for the people who hire the service providers. Like if Fiverr, you build a website on Fiverr, there's that money can be escrowed. There's room for if there's disputes. And the thing about CanYa, and you guys need to know this very well, they have a working product. They already had a minimum viable product in Australia in 2016. And so this is built off that with real users, real communities, people showing that this was a viable project, that people want to use this. And now they're just trying to take this globally. So good story on that. Here's the news tab. Let's find out if there's any news going on besides the breaking news that's on the AltCoinBuzz podcast. If you go on there right now, you can listen to that. And I'm not going to tell you what the news is on here. I want you to go over to the podcast channel so you can hear it straight from the co-founder. You're going to love that. We do have recent news here. Real recent news. Posted just days ago. Tons of it. So you guys can look that up. Link to their Twitter account right here. Again, resources tab has the links to their website. All this, guys, is on these quick links. Coin Checkup. So, yeah, you can go in there and see what those are, but the links to it also right here. Very convenient, nice for you. This related tab are all the coins that are in the same sector, and this one is under digital currency. But again, I told you, if you go to marketplace, you can find coins that do similar things for marketplace sector and find out where they are on the list. We got to find out about volume, what's happening with volume. Let's toggle this according to volume and see where they're at in this sector. So you go down through here, find out the daily volume. Low on that. They're being that they're just on KuCoin Exchange, you're not going to have much daily volume compared to some of these that are on multiple exchanges. So little thin on the trading right now, I'm seeing. Let's go back up here to the overall. And let's see what we got on today's volume alone. Remember, when you pull it according to here, last 30 days, you can do a check on the volume. What do we got? 393,000 on that. So decent volume there. I want to see some spikes. I want to see this. Look at this, 2.5 million. Back here, February 22nd and 23rd, a couple million in trading volume. That was some good volume there. I like that kind of thing. Again, I'm not telling you guys price, when to get in, when to get out on this. I want you to judge this according to your time frame. Just like we said in the video yesterday, are you a couple week to a month investor? Are you a 6-month investor? Are you a 2-year investor? So those things really matter for time frame when you're deciding when to get into a project. Is this a good time if you're a long-term investor? That's your decision on that. How much price movement? I'll go back to the master chart and show you that. But first, this events tab. Jeff showed you this last night on a video. This comes from CoinMarketCal. So March 30th, they have a global launch utilizing their Know Your Customer and AML support centers in Europe, Southeast Asia, North America, China, Australia. CanYa will launch globally. And this was talked about on the podcast. So this is good to go through your events, find out what's coming up for them. Look here on your 7 and 30-day volatility here on the right. This is what I was going to show you right here, the price movement. So use this price movement over here to decide, am I a short, a mid, or a long-term investor? So short term, this 7 to 14 days, there's been an 11 to 19% jump on those days. Over the 30 and 45 days, because this, the big downturn after 4 days that it launched, you have a 57%. So use this, decide, okay, price action on this. Can I tolerate this movement in the next couple weeks? What if we have another big down day and it does go down 40, 50%, but then we have a gain over the next year of 100%? Look at it on your other coins that have traded a long time. I'll show you how to do this. Let's go out to just the overall overview. And you see this right here, how I've got it. I did this on my settings. You guys can click that and pull open these change in 7-day, 30-day, 90-day. And I have this just set in here so you guys can see it. But let's just take, for instance, what did we look at? Let's look at stellar lumens along those lines. So over these past, forget the 24-hour, just the past 7 days, right? 23% down. Can you tolerate that for a short-term investment? How about the 30-day, 44% down? But then the 3-month, up 552%. And the half-year, 200-day, up 1,000%. So you take some of these and you say, okay, I need to be prepared that in this 7 to 30-day range, it could go down 20, 40%. And if you look over here to your right on all your charts and you see the 30-day volatility being 73%, and we're going to get into this and talk about how this is calculated a little more. But at this point, just take this 73% and say, okay, over 30, if I'm a 30-day investor, short-term investor, can I tolerate it moving that much back and forth? There's that much range on this. So are you okay with that? Now you take that and compare that to being a longer term, a 200-day, which is half a year, of course. You guys know that. Up 1,000%, that's a pretty good risk to reward. So you have your drawdown on this short term versus your uptick on your long term. And you know what crypto markets were doing in general. You know what all this was doing for the last 6 months. You guys are savvy. You've been looking at all this. So you're very aware of this pattern. But be prepared to look at what it could do, because it could do anything on any of your coins. It could do anything over the short term, and then what's it going to do over the 3 to 6 months? What do you think? What are you prepared for your maximum gain in the next year? And are you okay with that time frame? So only invest what you can afford to lose and decide what kind of investor you are. Short or mid or long term. That will help you split up your portfolio. It'll help you with money management. All right, you guys know on CanYa. Let's go again and pull them on that. Let's do a quick check on that. 67.68 cents, and yes, over the very short term, we've kind of had a flat line. So you decide for yourself. Is there plenty of risk to reward in this for you? Is there room for it to grow? Is there room for it to go up compared to going down from this 68? And you can see I'm just moving this. See my flat line there that goes all the way across the screen? You can take this range between these 2 points and you can say, are you ready? Are you okay with it going down a little more to where it's gone for low? Are you, when you see some volume, when you see this go up, have you identified where your target might be for a risk to reward? You had a high over here of $4.70. So from this point right now today, it's 70 cents. How much risk to the reward is there to go back to its all-time high compared to how low can it go? Again, your decision, not financial advice, just my opinion, but I hope this helped you on not only CanYa coin, but on overall looking through the coins that you're invested in or what potentially you might do. So use that on coincheckup.com. And remember, guys, you can catch me on Steam. We love the Steam. We're always on Steam posting videos for you and things. Get a Steam account if you don't have one. And I am more active on that than anything. But if you want to catch me on Twitter, go to CryptoTradeMatt, and I will try to answer you best I can. AltCoinBuzz has got a lot on Twitter. You know, Jeff does tons on Twitter. All right. Thanks, guys. Remember, go to the podcast. Go for the breaking news. Right now, it's on there. The interview with the co-founder of CanYa, and they released some news today as an AltCoinBuzz exclusive to us. So go check that out. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.